That's it. Oh, you were recording?
I was
That's crazy.
recording. Starting out with a little bit of heat from Dane, episode 172 of the Until Next Week podcast.
Try to pull me away, but they don't know the truth.
Hey, we're going to get copyright stricken because of your beautiful voice.
You can't copyright the velvet vocal cords.
Yeah.
I was like, what are they? The vocal cords.
Okay, I think we're safe again. We are safe after you spoke a little bit more, but yeah, back with episode 172 of the pod. Jake, Jiggly Jake, is no longer in bracket form, but he is here in person.
It is set in
not
stone.
really though. He's not here in person.
Yeah, his name is written in stone now. It's written in gold lettering, and he's hanging in the rafters now.
Yeah, he is. Shout out to Jake. You need to get a live audio feed of him sometime. I guess not live audio. You just need to record him sometime, get his reaction. We can play it on the pod.
I should walk in, just point at him and say, Jiggly Jake.
Say something. But yeah, got a good episode in for you today, and maybe, just maybe, we will talk with Jack on the cell phone. So,
Unless he doesn't answer.
yeah, this is a long intro, and thanks for tuning in to the pod.
Wow.
We really did it.
If Jack doesn't answer or text us back, I'm going to feel bad calling him if he doesn't text us back because he's an hour ahead.
He's up late a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be interesting, though, because we never actually confirmed with him about this segment where we would call him during the main segment.
But
so
don't worry.
If he doesn't answer, that could really mess up this.
We will answer the questions we were going to ask
so,
him, Jack.
Hopefully Jack picks up. I don't think he's doing anything. I know he's up late sometimes. When I went to visit him in October, we were up late.
Yeah, but also wasn't his wife away?
No, she was there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mrs. Jokes with Jack.
Yeah, Mrs. Jokes with Jack was there. He was up late. But again, probably should have confirmed this with him before we counted on this being our main segment.
Or he might just be doing something.
That is true.
Yeah, he could. It's a Friday night
In Florida.
in Florida.
Yeah.
You could be doing. Miami's right there.
Not from where he is. He's in like Tampa area.
Hey, Miami's right down the road from
That's
Tampa.
like West Central.
Like 20-minute drive.
That's not even true. He's close to Tampa. Like Tampa Bay area.
25-minute drive.
To Tampa area?
From Tampa to Miami.
Okay. Yeah. He's like an hour from Fort Lauderdale. I mean, that's exciting.
It is spring break.
What a time to be
By
alive.
that I mean it's not spring break.
No, it's not. Nothing we've said so far is true, except for the not
Jack
being
maybe
positive.
not answering.
Yeah, except for that. So tune in to see if this episode works out or not. We don't know. You don't know. God does, but he's not telling.
Wow.
I've been doing that thing where I catch up on Instagram Reels,
You mean
Facebook
doom scrolling?
Reels, TikTok. No, this is not doom scrolling because of a purpose. I'm at the gym pedaling on the bike.
Yeah.
And this is how I catch up on all my Reels, because there are times where I get notification after notification after notification where I get so far behind, I'm like, I just don't even want to open it and watch all these. And sometimes I'm like, if I'm in public, I can't watch any of these because they're coming from Jack or Michael Fuller or you. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm about to see or hear.
Especially Jack.
Yeah, they're Jack sends some wild ones. I don't know how many you watch that he sends.
It depends.
But they can be pretty extreme.
Yeah, his are crazy.
They really are, but I do laugh. There are some crazy ones in there for sure. Also, my friend Joe, shout out Joe, he also sends some wild videos, and that's why I have my headphones on.
All the time.
And I make sure that no one else can see my screen just in case. And just start pedaling.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I got on the bike and pedaled for about an hour.
3 hours.
Entire time I was catching up on Reels. That's how many I was behind.
For an hour?
Yeah. I'm just sitting there on my phone. Like my butt was hurting because I was like sitting straight up trying to watch these. And eventually I had to like bend over like towards like the handlebars so I could not be in so much pain.
Bend over.
Fan of the pod. But yeah, so many Reels. I'm in so many groups. I'm in like podcast, different groups where it's like you or Michael Fuller or Jack, etc. And then I'm in some that's just Jack, and he sends a lot, a big Jack attack. And then I have the other ones I mentioned with like Joe and also my friend Keaton. And then I have ones from Lauren as well. And it's like, there's so many of these. And I feel kind of bad after a while because I'm looking, I'm like, I haven't watched these since October.
Dang it.
So I go through, and to make sure I watch a video, I always put like a little reaction, like a GIF reaction. So that way I know what's happening. I guess emoji.
100.
Yeah, 100, laughing, crying. puke emoji, etc.
Puking emoji.
But yeah, literally an hour of going through Instagram. Then I went to Facebook Reels. There weren't nearly as many, but I did make a realization that people don't use Facebook Reels that often.
Not yet.
Because I was in some of these groups and I went to see how far behind I was, and then I would start scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and it was just like Samuel sent a video, Samuel sent a video, Samuel sent a video. And like, I don't know if anybody watches these. And
let's be honest, Facebook is dead.
Marketplace is not dead though.
Nah, that's the only reason Facebook still has a market share.
Facebook Marketplace, Facebook groups. Those are two of the
I don't like that either.
You don't like groups?
No.
They are handy. They really are. You can get some good information, mainly because I am in the Ghostrunners podcast group. That one's kind of vibing. And then also I'm in like some St. Louis memorabilia, bobblehead type groups as well, Silver Dollar City groups, etc.
Wait, who does the Ghostrunners podcast?
What? What do you mean?
Does Jake Triplett do the Ghostrunners podcast?
Are you? I don't know if you're making a joke. Are you saying like the Facebook group or like the actual podcast?
The actual podcast.
Yeah, Jake Triplett.
So he does two podcasts. He does Correct Opinions and Ghostrunners?
How did you not know this? I went over this. So he started with the Ghostrunners podcast with Brad.
Okay,
in 2019.
2019.
And then and the reason he started that was because he moved from Texas back to Kansas City.
Ooh.
Because he was in Kansas City prior to that to be the K-Life director in Kansas City.
Oh.
But they moved to Texas to be with this YouTuber down there. They blew up this channel, made it really popular, and then he moved back to work for Trey Kennedy. But at the same time, he also started the Ghostrunners podcast. Whoa. You see? Tracking. And then after a bit, he, I guess, came to Trey, or Trey came to him, and he was like, let's do this other little podcast during quarantine. They made a separate podcast.
Correct Opinions.
No, there was a third podcast that was called something. Do Less, God Bless.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just those two. And they vibed a lot. It was a popular podcast, but they only did it for a few months because it was during quarantine. They had nothing else to do, so they made a podcast.
So true.
And then Jake started kind of guest appearing on Correct Opinions.
Uh-oh.
People liked him on there.
Yes.
It helped with the following. So then he joined officially. But at the same time, they also killed off Do Less, God Bless.
Man,
because quarantine was no longer. So,
allegedly.
Yeah. So at that point, he was doing Ghostrunners full time, doing Correct Opinions full time.
Yes.
And that's why he was on two podcasts. And now because he moved into Arizona, he's no longer going to be on Correct Opinions.
Man.
But Correct Opinions has another core group, which is nice because it's Trey, his wife Katie, who's already on the pod.
Whoa.
And they have a producer named Derek, who's also funny.
Hi, Derek.
Yeah, hi, Derek. Shout out. So they'll be okay. Ghostrunners will be okay. It'll just be different.
It will be different.
Why were we talking about this?
Because we're talking about Facebook groups, and then you said you were in the Ghostrunners group.
Yep.
And I didn't understand what Jake Triplett actually does.
But so Facebook Reels, a lot of people don't actually use them, even though I use them. And the reason I see them is because, again, I'm on Marketplace wherever, and then I randomly click on a reel, and then I start going, and I start sending them to the abyss because they're not seen by people.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while, Jack might respond. I don't think you ever respond to Facebook Reels.
Because if we were like ranking the, what's it called? The social media and like the terms of like how I'm on it.
Yeah.
First off, what's the one where you take the picture at a certain time every day?
That one's so dead.
Yeah.
Be Real. That one's been dead for years.
Yeah, but it's been dead because they updated and said, actually, you can post late. No, that's dumb.
Yeah,
the whole idea is that you shouldn't be able to post late.
We did that a little bit when we first started this podcast.
Yeah.
I would remember you'd be like taking a picture of me, you're looking all funny with your mic.
Right.
It was a good time. It was nice for a bit, but yeah, that was kind of a dumb social media.
Yeah, so Be Real was dumb. Next one, Snapchat's dumb.
I've been done with Snapchat for probably 6 or 7 years.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, Snapchat only exists to get people in trouble.
It's so I like hate it with a passion. Like I think I've mentioned it before. It stressed me out because if you get in a streak, it's annoying. You're like, did I send a streak today? I don't know. I've been doing this for hundreds of days. I'm like, and then you have like a little heart attack, and then you have to send it. And I'm like, this is very meaningless. It's so dumb, especially when people just send pictures to tons of people just for the purpose of seeing a number go up. And I'm like, I hate this. And like, I did it quite a bit. I had some streaks that were like over 1,000.
Yeah.
And then one of them, which was with my friend Keaton, he was like, hey, I'm going to stop using Snapchat. The streak's going to die. I'm like, okay. And then I kept going with Lauren for a while. And then I started working at Kanakuk where you don't have your phone. And I'm like, I think it's time. I think it's time to let this die. And at the same time, I believe I deleted Snapchat altogether. I've probably logged on like 3 or 4 times in the past like 6 or 7 years.
Nice.
And I'm like, I don't miss this at all.
Yeah. And the way I feel about Snapchat is the way I feel about 1 Corinthians 13:11, which is...
Yeah.
13:11. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I gave up childish ways.
Yeah.
Snapchat is for children, is what I'm saying.
It's so dumb.
It's for high schoolers and preteens.
Yeah.
That is what Snapchat is for. If you are above the age of... Once your age starts with a 2 or higher, you need to delete Snapchat.
Honestly, I think it's very much getting that way with TikTok.
TikTok's amazing.
No, it's not, though. All it is, the only point is for you just to mindlessly scroll.
Yeah, which you have on Instagram now.
But with Instagram, though, you might have some other purposes, and then that's like more on the side. The only purpose of TikTok is just mindlessly scroll.
And I love that.
I hate it so much, which is why I have it downloaded. But since I've had it downloaded for like 1 or 2 years, I've maybe scrolled once or twice.
Yeah.
I just don't care about it. I don't go to it at all.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a desire to get on there.
I have different algorithms built in for Instagram versus TikTok.
Okay.
So I only hear like running and like motivational stuff on TikTok.
Okay.
And like meal prep stuff or like things like that.
Yeah.
On Instagram, it's all funny stuff and like Jesus stuff and things like that. And so that's what I'm using it for now is dual algorithms.
Okay. So you can have one way, one the other way.
Yeah. BK, have it your way.
You just got to be careful though, because if you watch one wrong video, it's over.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
So done.
Which is why like I would give Instagram the nod over TikTok, but like Facebook has been launched into the abyss for me. I get on none of these. I get on Facebook only when I get tagged.
The only good thing about the Facebook Reels is it has to be good.
Yeah.
Because it goes through TikTok, goes through Instagram, and then ends at Facebook.
Yes.
And if it's really bad on one of those, it won't make it to Facebook. So you might get something that's maybe not super timely on Facebook Reels, but it will be solid.
It's like sifting through like a thrift store.
Yeah.
You find the gold.
Yeah. Eventually, like you get some bad stuff in there, but there are some quality items.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the greatest analogy, but we'll go with it.
It could be though.
Yeah. So yeah, not a big fan of Facebook Reels, even though I do get a laugh. No one really wants to laugh with me. And then, like I said, TikTok, kind of pointless. But yeah, getting back to all this, if you need to catch up on Reels in any way, which no one needs to do this, but you want to, what I've done is I make a notification to get it once a week. It's catch up on Reels because I hate getting that far behind. So that will remind me, hey, look at your social media, give people the credit they want for sending you videos. That way you can still kind of be a friend to them, even though you see their stuff a week late. And then, you catch up in the gym. So that way it's not like, hey, I'm not wasting time. I'm exercising my legs. I biked 18 miles.
That's crazy.
While I caught up on Reels for an hour. And now I'm all caught up, I think,
your
for the
legs
most part.
Jiggly.
Yeah, Jiggly Jake, shout out. And I'll just make sure I stay caught up going forward. And then that way I don't have to waste hours of time. So
Decades
as well.
Yes.
So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on in my life. What about you, Dane? What's been going on?
I destroyed some kids in roller skating.
In what way?
So I got invited. Our old friend Mia had a birthday.
Shout out Mia. You got invited?
Yeah.
I didn't get invited? Okay.
Well, she put it on her Instagram. Anybody who wants to come.
Oh, okay. So I could have gone.
Yeah. And I didn't realize it was that because she gave me a specific invite thing. She showed up to a young adult ministry and was like, Dane, I have something for you. And it's an invitation.
Wait, she showed up to the Commons?
Yeah.
Does she live in Springfield?
No.
She works for Kennecott.
Yes.
And Branson.
Yes.
And she lives in Branson.
Yes.
But she came to give you an invite.
Yeah, no.
I thought you just said she gave you an invite.
She did. But she did not come for the reason to give me an invite.
Oh, she came for Jesus.
Kind of. Okay. Yeah.
Kind of.
And so she comes to the young adult ministry sometimes because she's really good friends with Lexi.
Okay.
And so she comes to watch me and Lexi play pickleball.
Okay, this is all making sense.
So then Mia shows up, and then she goes,
They were roommates back in the day.
Yes, they were.
Shout out to that Harry Potter marathon.
Wait, Lexi lived there?
I thought it was those two. Or was it Jess?
It was Jess.
Okay, never mind.
Because I remember wanting to go because I wanted to flirt with Jess.
Do you want that bleeped out?
I don't care.
Do
Jess isn't listening.
Okay, we'll keep it on here. Yeah.
But that
but
was
again,
like,
but again, that was you with everybody back in the day. You flirted with everybody. Back in the day.
No. I've never flirted with anybody.
I saw those eyes when you were looking at Michael Fuller.
I've never flirted with anybody ever.
No.
And so, but 4 or 5 years ago when this was happening, I was like, oh, Jess is cool.
Yeah.
We should fall in love.
Yep.
And then we didn't.
Yes.
She moved to New York to become an actress instead.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
she went overseas for a bit, actually.
She did.
Yeah.
Proud of her.
To get away from you.
To Dubai.
Yes. Dubai. Yeah.
So she said, Dubai.
Yeah. Dubai.
So, yeah. So Mia shows up, gives me this invitation and says, hey, I'm turning 30 years old and I want you to come celebrate the roller rink with me. And I said, I will only go if Lexi drives me. And then Lexi goes, well, yeah, I might be able to do that, whatever. And I was,
you better go. This is like one of your closest friends.
me?
Oh, no, I'm saying Lexi.
Oh, Lexi, yeah. Lexi's
she's going either way, but she didn't necessarily want to drive you.
Right, yeah. Because Lexi and I are like frenemies, essentially.
Well, the thing is, so she should drive you because you've been carrying her in this pickleball.
Yeah, it depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
Because I've been turned into the villain of the tournament.
Of course.
So, all those things. And it's like, because it's kind of like Duke. You don't want to see the champion win every year.
Well, also, it's just because you're Dane.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And it's easy to root against Dane.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
Either way, though. So she shows up. She goes, hey, I'm having this birthday party. And I said, I'll only go if Lexi drives me. And Lexi's like, yeah, okay, maybe we'll see. I don't think about it at all. Like, at all after that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, not on my mind at all. Didn't put it in my calendar, nothing like that. Then we're at church and we're working, right? And at the 5 p.m. gathering, Lexi comes up to me and goes, hey, you ready for tomorrow night? And I said, what's tomorrow night? Had no clue what she was talking about. I was like, Mondays are my free days. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
She goes, we're going to Mia's birthday party. And I was like, yes, I'm so ready for that.
Did she pick you up?
No, she made me go to her house.
But she drove you.
Yeah, she did drive us.
Okay.
So I drive to her house, and then we drive there, blah, 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 talk about life. And then we get there, and imagine 60 people are there. And then
were there actually 60 people?
It was roughly 60 people.
All for Mia?
Yes.
Shout out Mia.
It was cool.
You always got to double the amount of people of your age.
Yeah.
So those early birthday parties kind of stink. But once you get to like 30, 40, 50, it's packed.
Double it.
Yeah.
100 people at the 50th one. So there's like 60 people there. And now imagine 55 of those are women.
I was going to say, good odds for you.
/ girls.
Yes.
So, and then of those 55, at least half of those, middle school or high school girls.
I was going to say probably a lot of K-Life girls.
Yes, and soccer coach girls.
All of a sudden your odds went down drastically for good reason.
And then of those girls who are like in school, like elementary or middle school and high school, the other half, they're moms.
So there's moms and their daughters, Mia, Lexi, and Dane.
Basically,
a K-Life get together.
There's a couple of other people who were single there, like Abby Palmer.
Yeah.
But I was just like, this is crazy. And then there was like 5 guys there, all of which were married to one of the women who were there. And so I'm the only single guy there.
Shout out Dane. Shout out Dane.
And I was like, this is really weird.
Was it fun though?
It was fun. I liked roller skating. I haven't been roller skating in years.
Was it the roller skating rink that we had the K-Life party at?
No, because we did not go in Branson. We went to the one in Nixa here in town.
Okay. We didn't. Do you remember we had the Christmas party in Springfield? Like one of the first years of K-Life. It was down Campbell Road, kind of towards Nixa.
Yeah.
That's where we went for the K-Life one.
Yeah.
Is that where this was?
No. We were in Branson.
Okay. You didn't. I don't think you just said that. You're like, we're not in Branson on this one. I'm like, what?
Well, we're in Branson.
Okay.
Like, we drove all the way to Branson.
So you went to one by the Dolly Parton Stampede.
Yes.
I have been there before.
So we're all the way out there, and we roller skate.
Which makes a lot of sense why you wanted Lexi to drive you.
Yes.
Okay. This is all clicking now.
Yes, all the way out in Branson. Because Mia lives in Branson.
Yes.
Yes.
This is all clicking.
And so we go all the way out to Branson. We skate. It's fun. We do the limbo game. We do the dice game. We do all the things. And so it ends up being a pretty good time. I still have a scab on my knee.
Ooh.
From falling.
That's unfortunate.
And racing kids. But it was quite awkward time. I'm just like, well, I guess I'll make friends with nobody. And it was great. So I talked to like Abby and Lexi and then Mia a little bit and then sat down and colored some pages.
I was going to say, it's probably good you talked to the birthday girl who invited you.
A little bit,
Yeah, shout out.
And then, I thought it was fun whenever I thought I was being invited for a reason. And then turns out she put it on her Instagram that anybody could go. And I was like, well, I probably wouldn't have gone.
Oh, but you're still glad you did.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it adds for content for the pod.
It did add for content. And so we did that with the kids and with Mia. And then we also have our Easter party that we did with the kids this past week, but not Dane's reading now.
Oh, yeah.
Dane does have a plan for it, though. So we did a peep on your face challenge.
What you're about to do.
Yes.
Yeah, because we're recording on weird times.
Whoa, yes. And so we have a peep challenge where you get to put 5 peeps on your face without using your hands.
Peep, peep. Fun.
If you will. And so they will have put peeps on their face, and then we'll do egg roulette, famous from Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, okay. Just really quick. How do you get peeps on your face?
You lick them and then stick your face on it. But you don't tell them that. You try to get them to figure that out.
Okay.
So...
But they'll be like, hey, can I use someone else? And you're like, no.
Absolutely not. No hands, no anything. Figure it out. So then it starts just like smashing their face into
Do they have to be 5 on their face at once?
Yes.
That's insane.
Like it cannot fall off. If it falls off, keep figuring it out. I'll feel it out, like if it is becoming like really aggressively long, I'll be like, okay, time's up.
Everybody lick the peeps. Yeah. Stick them on your face.
Yeah. Or like hopefully one person does it, then everybody sees them do it. They start to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then you're just licking peeps and smashing in your face.
Yeah.
And one leader last week told me that I never pick her for games, any of the fun games. And I'm like, because we do a bunch of crazy games. I didn't know you wanted to enter a hot dog eating contest. You want to enter this peep contest now?
Yeah.
And lick and stick to your face?
Yeah.
Or this next one that we're going to be doing after that, egg roulette.
Yeah, egg roulette.
Where I ask you a question, or I bring up 2 people, and I ask them a question. First person to grab like something or hit a buzzer gets to answer the question. If you get it right, the other person has to take an egg and smash it on their head. If they get it wrong, they have to smash it on their head.
Nasty.
Well, it would, except for the idea behind egg roulette is that it's a roulette.
Oh, there's only one.
No, there's 2. So, carton of eggs.
Yes.
10 are hard-boiled.
Yes.
So you smash it, nothing happens.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But 2, you have no idea which 2 are regular raw eggs.
Yeah.
And you have to, boom, smash it on your head.
So someone will get messy.
Yes, someone will.
You got to make sure you have some like tarps out or something.
Yeah, that's the idea is I'll have a tarp laid down. That way it won't be so bad. And
you also got to make it very clear that you're going to be smashing eggs.
You are signing up for this if you like. That's something I'm trying to figure out right now is like, how do I get people to volunteer without just openly being like, hey, this is what the game is. Do you want to do that?
Yeah. You got to be like, hey, you will get messy. And yes.
And it'll be okay.
Yeah.
You can go to the bathroom after this.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That'll happen. Then I'll do my resurrection talk. Then I'll do the spoon egg relay. They will put an egg on the spoon and go around all these different hexagons and things like that. The catch is they have to put the spoon in their mouth and carry it that way.
Yeah.
And then hand it off to the next person, except for it'll be a different spoon. Everybody will have a spoon, not the same shared spoon in their mouth.
That's nasty.
That's gross.
What's crazy is, though, there'd be a lot of youth groups who would do that, the same one. I'm like, that's so nasty.
That's something nobody would think of, or they think it would be a plus, which is not a plus.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everybody gets motto.
Yeah. Shut up.
And so then find the golden egg. I'm going to hide golden eggs and things like that. Then there'll be some fake golden eggs with like Snack Shack coupons in them. So it'll be still fun.
Yeah.
And then there'll be one with like a gift card to somewhere I haven't decided yet.
Put the egg within the egg. The real egg. And you put the egg within the real egg. You somehow extract the egg contents within an egg shell and then you put the golden egg in there. I don't know how you're going to do it. You don't know how you're going to do it.
God does.
But he's not telling. Yeah, yeah.
I can't decide if I should do like other eggs with like candy in them. Because if I do that, they have to have like a basket or a bag to like put all their eggs in. It's an Easter egg hunt then.
You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket.
Literally.
Yeah.
And so then do I just do, there's 5 golden eggs, find them.
Yeah.
Some of them will have the Snack Shack coupons in it, which will cost me $0.
Yeah. One
of them will have this gift card in here, which costs however much I want to spend.
Yeah, $500.
$5,000.
$5,000.
I have a $200 budget on this.
Yeah,
so.
shut up. That's cool though.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. It'll be pretty fun. We shall see what happens.
Nice. Very, very nice. And you know what's not nice? Stuff that grinds my gears.
Texas.
Yeah, Texas. Texas grinds my gears.
Love Texas.
I didn't realize when I put this down that you also had the same. Basically, for the both of us, taxes grinds our gears. Yes, this is releasing on April 13th. Tax day, I believe, is still April 15th. Sometimes it goes like one day forward or backward or whatever. It's the worst. I always wait until the last minute. At time of recording, I have not done them yet.
Why would you do them?
But hopefully tomorrow. I will get them done. I'll get them done before the deadline.
Yeah.
But I'll always despise it and hate it and be like, government, you basically know how much I owe you. Why do I have to do this?
Yeah, they're just being lazy.
It's annoying.
It's like, just send us the bill. Actually, just give us our money back.
Yeah, I mean, there are some ways where, like, obviously they don't necessarily know different maybe deductions you may have.
Yeah.
So then it could be good, but there's other times where it's like, do you really need me to do this? Like, come on. There needs to be a better way.
Got rid of all my stocks this year so that way I wouldn't have to pay money.
You got rid of them this year?
Well, last year.
Okay, I was going to say, if you got rid of them this year, that's capital gains tax, assuming they went up.
You know.
Why did you get rid of all your stocks?
Because every transaction you do, you're taxed on that, which is crazy.
Okay, wait. What are you saying?
Every time I buy and sell a stock, I get taxed on that.
Every time you buy a stock and you sell it for a gain, you get taxed. If you just buy and sell a stock and sell it for less, hypothetically, you don't pay tax on that.
All I know is I haven't gotten a return in 3 years. I've owed money in three consecutive years.
You've had to pay money.
Yes.
Yes, because when you have capital gains...
I don't think I've made money on the stocks, or at least that much money.
Dane,
because I was paying... I don't know. We'll see.
Are you doing your taxes all right?
I think so. I'm just uploading the tax document that I would get from my brokerage account.
I feel like you're doing something wrong. I feel like you probably should get money back.
That's what I was thinking.
Most likely. But again, I don't know. I don't know. It depends. I mean, I don't get money back, but that's because I do some selling on the side.
Yeah.
Friday Pickleball, CMO14434. Click the link in the bio.
Government's going to show up and be like, hey, we didn't give you enough money and you're going to jail.
To me?
No, to me. I'll be like, sick.
Okay, cool. Nice.
I'll be like, so you tell me you took my money and then said, hey, you get to go to jail too.
So is the taxes that grind your gears or potentially going to the jail that grind your gears?
Just the taxes.
Yeah, taxes. Yeah.
Just tell me.
Yeah.
Just tell us, guys.
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah. Just figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out, government. But do you have any other thoughts there? I don't really have much. No one wants to talk about taxes.
I have a bunch of weird taxes in different states. I don't.
What? Wait, what?
There are weird taxes in different states.
Are you going to go into any of those?
Yes.
Okay. So this is your little known facts
about taxes
on taxes in other states other than Missouri.
Yes. So there's an Illinois candy tax, but only on certain candies. So Illinois taxes candy unless it contains flour.
I thought you were going to talk about like this is like sales tax stuff.
Oh no.
Okay.
This is all kinds of different crazy taxes.
Just as anything tax related.
Yes.
Okay.
The bagel slicing tax in New York. New York has a bagel slicing tax, but if you sell it as a whole bagel, there's no sales tax on it.
That is insane.
Doesn't make sense.
That is insane. Well, it makes sense for the government.
Yeah, because if you slice it, apparently it's now prepared food, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's weird.
In Maryland, there is a flush tax. Residents pay about $60 a year for waste treatment.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Virginia has a sheep tax. You pay 50 cents per sheep or lamb sold. Or shepherd, if you will.
Yep, shepherd. Shout out shepherd.
Shout out shepherd, dude. Pennsylvania air tax. You pay a tax when you use air at the gas stations.
That's annoying because it's free at a lot of gas stations in Missouri.
Yeah, I just drive around until I find a free one.
Yeah, I'm not paying money for air.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's stupid.
North Carolina pet tax. Pets are treated as taxable property. So fixed pets, you actually have cheaper taxes.
Ooh.
And not fixed, much higher taxes, which is crazy.
Gotta give them fixed.
Incentive to get your pets fixed. A couple more here. New Hampshire dirt tax. Large amounts of dirt are taxable. Maine blueberry tax, about $1.50 per $100 of blueberries, which is crazy. New Jersey pumpkin tax, which is pumpkin equals tax-free food, but if it's for decoration, it's taxed. So if you buy a jack-o'-lantern, it's taxed, but if you buy it regularly as a like food, it's not taxed.
Yep.
And then the Colorado coffee lid tax. Colorado coffee lids and straws and napkins are all taxed, but not the actual cup of coffee.
Well, I found a few more taxes just for fun. It says, since 1820 in the state of Missouri, they have had a bachelor tax. Unmarried men between the ages of 21 and 50 are technically required to pay an extra $1 per year, While it isn't actively enforced by the Department of Revenue anymore, the law was originally designed to encourage men to settle down and start families.
Unreal. Are you kidding me?
I just looked up. I was like, give me the wildest taxes in the states, and that was the first one that popped up.
That's crazy.
Another one really quick for Kansas. If you take a hot air balloon ride, the tax depends entirely on whether you are tied to the ground. If the balloon is tethered, it's considered amusement and is subject to sales tax. However, if you cut the ropes and actually fly away, it's legally classified as transportation, which is tax-free.
Do that one.
Yeah. So if you get up there, you're like, I don't want to pay the tax. Just cut the rope. See what happens.
Keep going.
And then, I saw the bagel tax you were talking about and several others. So kind of cool. Kind of cool.
Wow.
Nice.
Taxes are bad. Taxation is theft, kids.
And speaking of that, one more for Arkansas. Since 2005, the state has a 6% sales tax on tattoos, body piercing, and electrolysis.
I don't even know what the last one is.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe something for electrolytes. I don't think that's true, but just wanted to say it anyway.
As it should be.
Yeah, just like our sports talk segment.
Yo, it's that time of day, so listen up, because it's time for some sports talk. The segment where we boldly analyze things we barely watched. Did we do research?
Factually, no. Emotionally, yes.
We're talking Big Daddy hacks, devastating sacks, and fourth quarter comebacks. But most importantly,
no soccer. Welcome back to Sports Talk once again. In baseball, there's an automatic ball strike challenge system, which has finally been implemented. Over the past few years, it's become pretty obvious that umpires have been pretty inconsistent in their play calling, especially with balls and strikes. Obviously, with technology advancing so much, you're like, hey, we need to have a better way to do this. Which, while I don't think we should get rid of the umpires, I still think they should be there because in the grand scheme of things, they still get 90+% of calls right, typically. They do now allow teams to challenge balls and strikes, which has never been done before. Basically, each game, you're allowed to challenge 2 different calls. If you get it right, you don't lose the challenge. If you get it wrong, you lose it. So once you get 2 challenges wrong, you don't get to challenge anything else.
Yeah.
But
as a team, right?
Yeah, as a team. So if the umpires are really bad, there's a chance you could potentially challenge like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 calls, and potentially be right each time. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I've kind of looked it up. I'm like, is this helping at all? Is this helping the games? And at the point of recording, it said there's been roughly 60-ish, give or take, games played by like all teams so far. And there's been right around 227 challenges during this stretch, of which 94 calls have been corrected. So just over like 35% of calls have been corrected that originally would have been called incorrectly. A part of this system, they have where like catchers can call if they want to challenge, hitters can call if they want to challenge, or pitchers. And go figure, catchers have been the most effective challengers.
Makes sense.
I guess they've had a roughly 64.1% success rate. It says roughly 59 of 92 calls have been corrected that they've challenged. Hitters have been about 42% correct, which it says 33 successful challenges out of 78. And I guess there hasn't been that many successful challenges for pitchers, but there's only been like, give or take 5 attempts. And it says 2 had been corrected, so roughly 40%. So overall, I mean, this is doing what they want it to do, like getting some accountability for the umpires.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, there are specific umpires who are worse than others. CB Buckner. And who was the guy before that everybody hated? Like Angel Hernandez?
Angel Hernandez was terrible.
It's good that he got out before this happened because there would be some issues. But our new Angel Hernandez, otherwise known as an umpire that everyone hates, is CB Buckner.
Yeah.
I still vividly remember when Oli Marmol, the head coach of the St. Louis Cardinals, I think his first year at the Cardinals, he got into a yelling match at CB Buckner.
Yeah.
And he's just like, you haven't been here that long. Like, I don't care what you say or whatever. I'm like, this is really annoying. Like, he's very just ignorant, it seems like. But he had a disaster of a game.
And I love it.
The other day, they played there's a Reds game versus Red Sox, and I guess Buckner set a high water mark for corrected calls.
Good.
During this game, there was 8 challenges issued, 6 calls overturned, which is 75% calls against Buckner.
Yeah.
Also, just for fun, his called strike accuracy for the game was 88.3%. The average for MLB umpires is typically around 94, so that was pretty pathetic. And then it said at one point for the Cincinnati Reds, there was this big home run hitter, Eugenio
Suarez.
Yeah. He challenged back-to-back consecutive strikeout calls, and they were both overturned balls.
Yeah.
And each time, I don't know if you saw the replay, whenever they show it on the screen, the entire crowd goes nuts.
Yeah.
And they're yelling and cheering. And it's like the loudest the stadium has been for like the first call. And then they threw the next ball, and the umpire's like, "You're out." It's like, no, I'm challenging. And they showed it again. Everybody went nuts again. And the whole time, you're just probably thinking like, CB Buckner's like, "Oh no, this is bad."
He's just getting mad, and he's like not good.
And the calls, like one of them was kind of close, the other one was not close, like whatsoever.
Yeah,
and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
and he just knows, like he's like, "Oh no, I messed up that call. This is going to get overturned."
Was the second one the not close one, or was the first one not the close?
First one was pretty close. The second one I don't think was close like at all.
Yeah, it's
like
him.
It was outside and low. The first one I think was like just a little bit low.
It's probably him trying to show up Eugenio Suarez for challenging him.
But now the batters, they can show up the ump, which is great. This is what people have been wanting, because there's been a lot of umpires
cheers.
Making bad calls, and it actually is kind of electric.
Yeah. It's funny how like crowds are getting super loud for this.
Yeah. I mean, it's exciting because they are showing it, like it's like the visualization of the pitch going in to where it hits on the strike zone, and then it shows if it made it or not, and everybody gets to kind of play in with it, and it's kind of exciting.
The ones I feel bad about are the ones that like are off by a
0.1.
Yeah, not visible by the human eye, literally.
That is the one
tough
where I think they should have changed the system slightly. Whereas like
grace
if it's
period.
if it's like within like let's say 0.1 or 0.2, those, how about the call doesn't get overturned maybe, but also maybe you don't lose a challenge there. Like if it's that close, like they should have had like a middle ground. It's like, come on,
some grace period.
You don't really know, but if it starts getting that far away, like I think some of the calls with CB Buckner were over like an inch off the plate.
Yeah,
and it's like this isn't even close.
Yeah,
but
which the strike zone's changed now too.
Yeah, because it remeasures all the players.
Yeah,
and everything else.
It's per their percentage height or whatever it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
and so it changes every at bat is what that means, and so that's additionally hard.
Yeah, I also saw. So go back to CB Buckner really quick. Apparently, he leads all MLB umpires in number of automatic ball strike challenges.
Good.
Against his calls. And then just for fun, I think it was potentially the next game. It was I think it was a couple days after. There was one other fun little error that CB Buckner had. It wasn't on the strike zone. He was playing as the first base ump.
Oh, yeah.
And a guy was trying to outrun a ball on the infield. And he beat the throw, and then CB Buckner called him out because apparently he said he did not touch the bag.
I saw that. Yeah.
And then they showed the replay.
He clearly
he was on the middle of the bag. It was like
wasn't the end of it. Wasn't the tip of it.
It wasn't even close. And then they showed a clip of both the managers of both teams looking at each other, just started dying laughing because it was that incredibly bad.
Well, did you see the part where they zoom in on him and he's not even looking at the runner?
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? Like, why did you say you didn't touch the bag? Like, he was right in the middle.
It's crazy.
Like, you go look up the replay. Like, CB Buckner missed call at first base, and you will be shocked.
Which
it was insane.
Is that a reviewable play? I guess not, right?
The one at first?
Yeah,
I think they reviewed it. Yeah, they challenged it. They challenged it really quick, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this he was right on the middle of the play.
Yeah, it was crazy,
right middle of the bag."
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty insane for sure. But that's kind of all the sports talk I got going this week. What about you?
So we had a bunch of Cardinal players from last year who are on different teams this year. And so a quick check-in on how they're doing this year. So the first person up is Wilson Contreras. He is batting 174 for the Red Sox.
Oh, shout out. I think he did hit a home run today, though.
Okay, so maybe a little better. Yeah. He's got a 109 runs created plus.
Shout out.
With a homer. Miles Michaelis for the Nationals. He has 2 starts. He is 0-2 with a 14.46 ERA.
I think he hit like 11 or 12 runs to the Dodgers.
Nah, that's not very good.
Yeah.
Sonny Gray with the Red Sox. 2 starts with the Red Sox. He is 1-0 with a 4.5 ERA.
Not horrible.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Ish, yeah. Brendan Donovan with the Seattle Mariners. 30 plate appearances. He's batting .417.
Yeah, he's looked nice.
With a 275 weighted runs created plus, 2 homers. He has looked good. Phil Maton, 2 and a third innings with the Cubs. He is 0-1 with a 7.71 ERA.
I kind of forgot about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Steven Matz with the Rays. He is 1-0 with a 7.20 ERA, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Nolan Arenado with Arizona, 21 plate appearances. He's batting 179. Or 190, sorry.
So I'm correcting you right now. I think he's had a couple of bats tonight. He's actually batting 174 now.
Oh,
yeah.
Perfect. 174. This says he's a 6 weighted runs created plus.
Shout out.
And 100 is league average.
I don't even know how people drop off that aggressively.
It's crazy.
Like, obviously, it's still a very small sample size. They'll turn around in some capacity, but like, Arenado's 34. You shouldn't be falling off a cliff this is even more aggressive than like Albert. Like Albert, they always say he fell off a cliff when he left the Cardinals and everything else.
His first year was good.
But and he had like a 40 home run year in like 2015.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how you just forget how to play.
Albert was a lot of injuries too.
Yeah. Yeah.
In his feet.
Yeah, it wasn't really great for him.
But yeah, like it's just something about getting into your mid to upper 30s that you just can't catch up to stuff anymore, which is crazy.
Unless you're a pitcher. Some pitchers can just keep pitching forever.
Yeah.
Like,
if your ball can move.
Jacob DeGrom, like he's like 37, 38, and he's still killing it.
Yeah. You don't necessarily need or Max Scherzer.
Or the Verlanders of the world.
Yeah. You don't necessarily need like the quick reaction time though and the processing. So maybe that's what helps with the pitchers a little bit.
You say this though, but I saw a clip the other day of David Ortiz.
Goat.
And his last season in the MLB, I just want to read you his stats. When he was 40 years old.
Oh, man. Old man.
2016. He hit .315.
That's pretty good.
620 slugging, 401 on-base percentage for a 1,021 OPS.
Which is great.
164 OPS plus, 38 homers, 127 RBIs, 48 doubles.
That's crazy.
He even had a triple in the mix.
Wow.
And he had a 5.1 WAR season as a DH.
Which is crazy.
At age 40.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Which was one of his best seasons of his career, which was again at age 40.
It's old.
It's crazy. It's so crazy. Like, I'm looking at his stats right now, and that was his 4th best year of his career at age 40.
Oh man.
Yeah. So shout out David Ortiz. Shout out for you destroying the Cardinals' hopes and crushing me in the process in the 2013 World Series when you batted like 700.
700. That's what you're going to bat in your softball league.
I mean, I'm batting 1,000 so far. So right now I'm on a hot streak. So I still got 11, 12 years to catch up to Ortiz. Maybe I'll make the majors and Hall of Fame.
Maybe someday. And you're about a month out from a birthday.
Yeah. Shout out, man. What a time to be alive.
Wow.
Are we done with sports? Where are we?
Yeah, we're on to the
main segment where hopefully Jack picks up.
Let's press it.
Okay, we've officially thrown the script out the window. It's time for the main segment. And honestly, who knows where this is going? We don't. You don't. God does.
But he's not telling. Jack, please pick up.
So we're going to call Florida Man.
And it should go through the call system.
Lay Bluetooth.
Are you still connected to Bluetooth?
I am.
Jack, please pick up. Come on, Jack.
He did not text us back, so.
Come on, Jack. Oh, no. If he doesn't pick up, what do we do?
Probably just end the pod right here.
Mm-hmm.
I have his name saved in my phone as Jack Holmgren from Florida.
I think you might have to hang up. Should we try to call anyone else?
Your call has been...
Well, that's not good. So
for a main segment.
The only other person that... I mean, he's not going to pick up either, but Michael Fuller.
You don't think he'll pick up?
I think he's probably in bed. If I had to
Friday
guess.
night?
Well, yeah. Because he's in the medical profession. And he's working full time, too.
Do you want to text him and see if he's up?
Let's see here. I'll text the controversial...
While you do this... I'll do my little known facts as you text a couple people and see if they'll pick up. So I'll just kind of click the button. We'll get into it, and then we'll come back to your manifesto after the main segment, etc. So here we go. Why is it not playing? Why is it not playing? There we go.
Sam's little known facts, out of the box and off the tracks. Oddball genius that knows about tax. Sam's little known facts, and he never listens to Jack.
Welcome back to part 57 of Samuel's Little Known Facts.
Michael Fuller.
Hello.
Welcome in.
Oh, Michael, you're on the podcast.
I'm in bed right now.
Okay, we can hang up then.
No, what did you want to ask me?
Well, we were going to try to call Jack, and he didn't pick up, and we're just going to ask him a quick few questions. If you want to answer,
man.
3 minutes.
I'll answer your questions.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry we woke you up.
You didn't wake me up. I was winding down.
Okay. Well, I don't know if all these tips will be actually, we'll still ask you the exact same
The
tips.
exact same ones.
We were going to ask Jack.
It'll be great.
So
Man.
our first one is, what is your number one gym tip?
My number one gym tip
Yep.
is always wear clothes
Yep.
because apparently that's hard for some people to do these days in the gym.
True.
But it is possible.
Yep. I actually like that one a lot. There's a lot of people not wearing a lot nowadays.
You got to have more breathable material.
Yeah, you don't need it squeezing your butt so much.
Wow. You don't need it that much.
Yeah. How about let's start by just putting on a pair of pants? That's
Yeah.
a good place to start.
That helps.
I agree. And maybe a top as well. Some people don't like wearing much there.
Yeah.
Again, these were questions for Jack. What's your number one marriage tip?
My number one marriage tip:
Yes.
get married and have a lot of kids.
I like that.
That's what Tucker Carlson says.
I think that's what JP Pokluda says. Doesn't he?
They both probably say that.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. What's your number one life hack?
That's a good question.
Mhm.
Number one life hack.
And I know obviously
Give me 1 second to think about that.
you're good. I'll add some commentary as you're thinking. Like obviously you're in medical school, so you have a lot of different ways where maybe you might have different life
I'm not in
hacks.
medical school. I work at a.
Gosh dang it, Samuel.
I'm so sorry that I mixed stuff up.
Unreal.
I get stuff.
You'll have to bleep that.
Yeah.
Which part will have to bleep?
All of it.
Okay.
All of everything.
Okay.
I spew profanity so much.
He
Yeah.
does.
Here's
Yeah.
my life hack.
Yep.
I have a good one.
Mm-hmm.
When you are driving down the highway and you eat a banana and you lose the banana to your stomach because you've eaten it
Yes.
and you're stuck with just the peel.
Yes.
The peel is still useful. Fear not. You can use the peel as a device to sweep under the chair to get items that have lodged into the catacombs
Oh, man.
to pick them up.
That's quite the life hack right there.
That's insane. What do you actually do that, Michael?
Yes, it has been done before.
I-
And then when you're done, the peel is recyclable. You can throw it out on the side of the road and a squirrel will eat it.
That's true.
I like this. I really do.
Just don't do it while you're in front of the cops. They might think you're throwing something else out like a bag of
Oh, boy.
You might have to bleep that too.
I gotta believe everything nowadays.
That's true.
Got a couple more for you. What's your number one song? I think I know what it is, but I want to hear you say it.
My number one song is Clarity by
Yep.
Zed and Foxes.
Yep. I figured Clarity or Runaway would probably be up there.
Can you give us one quick verse from Clarity?
Oh no.
Yes. There's so many good verses to choose from.
Which after this,
But-
just heads up, we will do your number one Bible verse. So get into
Oh,
the
man.
thoughtfulness.
Yes. So I think my favorite verse from Clarity is probably when it says, if you pull, then I push too deep and I fall back in. Wait, no, that's not how that goes. We'll stick with the one that I know for sure.
Yep.
High dive into frozen waves where the past comes back to life.
That's good.
Wow.
That
Well,
actually,
it's hot dive into frozen waves, I think, something like that.
Whoa.
that's still good.
But yeah, it is high dive into frozen waves though.
I like that.
But yeah, it's a good song.
Okay. We'll let you get to sleep here shortly. But number one Bible verse. What would be your pick?
1 Corinthians 6:11, such were those of you, but you were saved, but you were washed in the blood of our Lord Jesus Christ.
I like it.
Wow.
Okay. And
All right,
then
Michael, number one blanket that you have on you right now.
blanket?
Number one blanket that I have on me?
Yeah, are you a sheet person? Are you a comforter person? Are you a fuzzy blanket person? What kind of guy are you? You got fuzzy pajamas on?
I've got something on.
Oh.
I have a blanket, and then I have a slightly thicker blanket.
Oh.
Okay. I like that.
But I don't know if I'd call it a comforter.
Okay.
Do you have any final questions, Dane?
Yeah. So, what's the perfect temperature for your home for sleeping?
Mm.
Maybe 68
or
67.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Both good temps. Do you have any final thoughts of any kind or anything else you want to share with the podcast, Michael, before you get to sleep?
The only thought remaining I have is now it's time for Dane's manifesto. Hit the button.
Okay, I just did it.
He did.
Let's go. Thank you, Michael, for picking up. We appreciate you. We hope to see you soon.
We'll see you soon. But now it's time for Dane's manifesto.
I hit the button. We're good. Okay.
All right.
See you,
Toodles.
Michael.
Love you, Michael. Toodles, poodles.
Bye-bye.
Love you too. Toodles.
See ya.
Keep the streets clean. Bye-bye. And also hashtag cancel Samuel.
Hashtag cancel Samuel.
Okay. Hang up.
He did. Hashtag cancel Samuel.
I'm glad he still did it. Do I actually need to bleep out the stuff that he said? I have no idea.
He wanted us to bleep out that he works for a bank, and he didn't say the bank.
Yeah, and he said he wasn't. I thought he is a medical school.
I think he wanted me to, or I think he wants you to bleep out.
Oh, just to be funny?
When I say, "Gosh dang it, Samuel," so
okay.
you bleep that out, so it'd be really funny when people hear it on the pod.
Okay. Now I understand. I was like, why can't I have this? Okay, yeah, he does like the bleeps.
Yeah,
I'll put a note in here to bleep Michael Fuller. Here we go. Bleep Michael Fuller for humor. There we go.
For humor reasons.
And now Jack will probably call in any second anyways.
Probably.
But Michael, we appreciate you. And that was nice timing. I like how we had him connected via Bluetooth into our system, so it was a little smoother.
Yeah.
And then we were able to go into Dane's manifesto.
I like how he knows that Dane's manifesto
He just
was
knew
right
it.
afterwards.
He's about to fall asleep. Like he's
And
all
he's
groggy.
ready
He's like,
for it.
and now it's time for Dane's manifesto.
Now it's time for Dane's manifesto. So, Michael, if you're listening to this right now,
Did we even say that was the main segment?
it was kind of a Megan segment.
But I didn't know if we made it clear to him. He just knew.
Yeah, he knew what it was. Yeah,
Man,
I don't,
Michael.
did we ever specify it was the main segment?
I don't know.
He just instinctively knows that we're ready for Dane's manifesto. So
Wow.
if you're in a helicopter right now, go ahead and jump out of the helicopter and land safely. Only if you can land safely. Don't do it if you're actually in a helicopter. If you're riding in a train, pull over the train because it's time for Dane's manifesto. Part 113, which are pivotal moments in history featuring Dane's life. So, Dane has a life.
Yeah,
and
he does.
How did Dane even get to sitting in this chair right now, being in youth ministry and all the things like that? Was there a moment in time where you were just like, oh no, Dane's life could have went way differently, which of course is all of my life. So one in particular though was in my freshman year of high school. This would have been 2011. I was coming off my disease and a couple years prior, and so then I go out for the baseball team. And so I go out for the baseball team, and here's the thing. I get cut from the baseball team, and that's huge because if I had made the baseball team, I would have chased baseball to the end of the earth. I probably would have tried to go play baseball in college, even at the junior college level, wherever that would take me, and I would go to who knows where to play baseball. And so instead, I get cut from the baseball team. I then join the tennis team, get good at tennis, become best friends with my friend named Isaac in high school, and then he ends up going to Missouri State here in Springfield.
Shout out.
And I had the option, whenever I was graduating high school, I could go to this community college in Columbia, Missouri, or in Springfield, Missouri. And Isaac just so happens to choose to go to Springfield. And I said, I'll go wherever he's going because it doesn't matter. And so I go to Springfield too, and lo and behold, Jiggly Jake,
Shout out Jiggles.
Jiggly Jake goes to Kansas City, then transfers to Missouri State, says, hey, let's go to a Bible study. Rest is history. And so if I don't get cut from the baseball team, then I don't become friends with Isaac, and I don't come to Springfield, and Jake doesn't share the gospel with me. So,
and the podcast wouldn't happen.
and the podcast would never have happened. You guys wouldn't be listening to the velvety voice of Michael Fuller right now if that hadn't happened. So,
Man.
that's your Dane's Manifesto this week, and that's also the Dane's little known fact about his life that leads into Samuel's little known facts.
And here we go again.
Sam's little known facts, out of the box and off the tracks. Oddball genius that knows about tax. Sam's little known facts, and he never listens to Jack.
Welcome again to part 57 of Samuel's Little Known Facts. At the time of the release date of this episode, the Masters would have just happened. And why not have some Masters Little Known Facts? Why not share some with you right now? And here we go. The Masters is famous for its prices, specifically how low they are. While a beer at a typical stadium might cost you $15, a beer at Augusta is usually around $6. And the legendary pimento cheese sandwich is still just $1.50.
That's crazy.
They keep prices low to maintain the tradition of the tournament, though they make up for it by selling roughly $70 million in merchandise during the week.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, insane.
Man, $70 million.
Crazy. Apparently, you can't actually keep the green jacket. If you win, you don't get to take that green jacket home with you and hang it in your closet forever.
What?
Winners are allowed to keep the jacket for exactly 1 year. After that, it must be returned to the club and stored in a cedar-lined locker. From then on, they can only wear it when they are physically on the grounds of Augusta National.
Good luck. You're never getting this back if I win, if I win the Masters.
I know in the past there was a random one that showed up at a thrift store. Someone bought it and sold it at auction, and the people at Augusta National were like, "No, you can't do that. You can't. That's illegal." It's
Not illegal.
I bought it and I'm going to sell it to make a lot of money. But no, it's not your property. It's well,
yes, it is.
I purchased it. Whatever.
Yep, it's mine now.
You should have been paying more attention to your jackets.
It's been sold twice. Yeah. So
maybe more. Who knows? The Masters name, apparently it was originally kind of hated. The tournament's co-founder, Clifford Roberts, wanted to call it the Masters from the very beginning in 1934. However, the legendary Bobby Jones thought the name was way too pretentious. For the first 5 years, it was officially called the Augusta National Invitation Tournament. Bobby Jones finally relented in 1939. And
big year.
Yeah.
That's when World War II started.
World War II started for the U.S. in 41.
Exactly.
So it depends, I guess, how you want to look at that. The secret underground tunnels. Apparently, there's massive high-tech underground tunnel system called the Berkman's Road Tunnel. It allows staff and deliveries to move around the course without being seen by the patrons. They never call them quote-unquote fans. It keeps the pristine aesthetic of the course completely undisturbed by the real-world logistics. And then finally, during World War II, the tournament was suspended for 3 years, 1943 to 1945. To help the war effort and maintain the land, the club raised over 200 head of cattle on the course.
Nice.
They also raised turkeys to help pay for the upkeep. It's hard to imagine prize-winning steers grazing on the 12th green today, but it's the only reason the club survived the 40s.
Hey, might as well.
Yeah, so that was part 57 of Samuel's little-known facts.
We will hear from Jack.
Unfortunately, we will right now.
And now, it's time for Jokes with Jack.
Part 110 of Jokes with Jack. I don't know why you keep letting me do this. What do you call Hawaiian food that a Jamaican chef makes? Pokemon.
I don't get it.
And now, it's time for...
So, Jack's jokes suck.
So they have poke bowls in Hawaii.
The Hawaiians do? I've
Yeah,
never heard of those.
poke bowls is like a type of food. And then
Mon?
what's a mon? Like
Mon.
Jamaican.
Yeah.
And like Pokemon. I
1
guess.
out of 10.
Yeah. So that was a joke from Jack, and obviously he was really excited to send it in. But we are grateful for you, Jack. So someone else we're grateful for is Lindsay Reed, who decided to send us a Babies of America update after a word from our sponsors.
Oh, Dane, I kind of like this beat. Do you have any songs you could sing for me?
Uh-huh. Yo. You hit record, we hit regret. The voice memos, the wildest yet. Hot takes, weird thoughts, midnight dreams. The one guy still chasing his dreams. Mumbled nonsense, emotional flair. We play it back like we just don't care.
Voice memos.
Here's my Babies of America update. Last week, Shepard had a really bad diaper rash, so I gave his diaper rash some airtime very briefly. And during that brief time, he decided to poop all over the carpet. And not only did he do that, he then grabbed his poop and was walking across the carpet with it. And whenever I tried to go after him, he was crawling faster, then wiped the poop on his face and still had it on his hand. And as I was trying to clean him up and wipe his butt, he kept crawling with more poop. So we had to shampoo the floor. And that was the last time that I will ever be doing that.
You can't let your child run around naked and play with poop, Lindsay. Best part is that's going to come up like years from now.
Yeah,
like
he's going to be listening to the podcast, be like, man, I feel like turning to Uncle Dane's podcast.
I remember Uncle Dane.
Yeah, I haven't seen him much since he really just blew up and became all popular and everything else.
In prison.
Yeah, in prison. Oh, man. That's crazy.
Playing with poop, Lindsay, that's not a toy.
Oh, I haven't done that in
that's
years.
Something you flush and throw away.
Yeah,
or
man.
leave on somebody's doorstep.
He just wiped it on his face like war paint.
Man. Maybe when he gets here, he can leave poop on the Samuel Sin residence doorstep.
Please don't.
Right.
Leave
don't
your poop,
do that.
Leave your poop in the diaper.
Yeah, don't do that.
Man. Oh, yeah, I guess he will be back. Or not back. He'll just be here in general.
Back
soon,
again.
Potentially.
Maybe.
Shut up.
Someday.
I think it's time for some sponsors of the week. Number one sponsor of the week, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And shout out, he rose again last week.
He did.
He really did.
Again and again and again and
Yep.
again.
Shout out Easter. Shout out Jesus. What do you have to say to us, Dane?
So our young adult ministry is still in Ezra, and we just got through Ezra chapter 9 last week, and so we're going to be going towards chapter 10 and the completion of Ezra. And so now I'm going to basically recap what was happening in Ezra chapter 9. And so in Ezra chapter 9, like they get back to the promised land, and Ezra takes a look around and he starts to see people not worshiping correctly. And actually, he has a correct response to wrong worship, which is he tears his clothes and rips out parts of his beard and is trying to show people hey, this is not how we're being called to live. And so you start to ask yourself, okay, or he tears his garments right here, and my cloak, and pulled my hair off of my head and beard, and sat appalled. Then all who trembled at the words of the God of Israel, because of the faithlessness of the returned exiles, gathered around me while I sat appalled until the evening sacrifice. And so he arose from fasting, he tears his cloak, he falls on his knees, and he ends it with this whole prayer. And basically, so what were they doing? In order to have that kind of response, what they did is that they found people of the land who were not believers in God, and the people of this land married them. Married the unbelievers of this land. And so why is that a huge deal? It's because God has told us many times, hey, don't marry unbelievers. Don't marry people who don't share the same God as you. Don't marry people who try to share gods and just say, hey, any God that is cool. Because that's part of Ezra's story here, is that some of the people who wanted to help them rebuild the temple, they were like, yeah, we'll help you rebuild the temple. And Ezra goes, no, you can't help me rebuild the temple. And they're like, why not? And he goes, it's because you're not trying to worship God. You're not trying to worship Yahweh. You're trying to worship every God. And you're just hedging your bets and saying, if you worship every God, one of them has to be true. So then you'll get into heaven, whatever that means to you. And so that's why he was earlier in chapter 5 or something like that, no, you can't help us rebuild the temple. You don't actually believe in God. And so likewise right here, he's seeing these people and he starts to say, hey, you can't marry these people, guys. That's not what God has called us to do. And people are just hey, I know what God has called us to do. Don't care. We're going to do it anyways. And that even permeates into the New Testament in 2 Corinthians 6:14, where it says, do not be unequally yoked to unbelievers, for what fellowship does light have with darkness? Actually, I'm going to pull it up. That was just me remembering it. And I always scroll past it. I need to find it here. 2 Corinthians 6:14. And so What fellowship does light have with darkness? What accord has Christ with Belial? And so that's a different God. Or what portion does a believer share with an unbeliever? And so it's all about, hey, like if you marry an unbeliever, you don't have the same allegiance. If you date an unbeliever, just because they're hot doesn't mean that you can just date them. And as our fearless leader Stedman says, just because they may be hot, but so is hell. And so I'm like, that's crazy. But
it gets the point across.
It does get the point across, and it's catchy. And so it's like, hey, this doesn't mean you can just go avenge a date and then like, hey, maybe like from dating them, then maybe they'll become a believer. No, that's not how it works. They are either a believer or they're not. And really, just because they're a believer does not mean you should go out with them. You should see fruit in their life of them like following Jesus. Are they plugged in and serving a local church? Are they seeking to make disciples? Like that's the whole point is of what Jesus told us at the end of his life and his Great Commission. He goes, hey, go tell people about me, then baptize them and teach them to observe everything that I've commanded. That was the last thing he said before he left earth. And so that's what you're looking for whenever you start thinking about, hey, who should I date? Start with somebody who is a believer in the one true God, Jesus.
Shut up. Good word. Good word. Good word. Number 2, sponsors of the week, Jake Trussenart, Pretty Ricky, and Baby Reverend Banks, who I wonder if he's been crawling around in his poop yet.
I might need to ask that question because who knows? And because I assume he's had blowout after blowout, knowing Reverend Banks.
Yeah.
He still has blowout after blowout.
Yeah, I was going to say like father, like son for sure.
Yeah, blowouts.
That'll be interesting. You need to let us know so we can get people informed for the number 2 sponsors of the week.
Yes.
And number 3 sponsor of the week is Uncrustables.
Wow.
I love Uncrustables. Dane. That was his quote.
Yeah.
And he really wanted Uncrustables for some reason.
Well, Uncrustables are amazing. And so the grape ones are pretty good, but the strawberry ones are elite.
Have you had the peanut butter and honey?
No, I see them and I always am like, it's one of those like, this could be good, but I don't trust it.
It's okay. It's a good third option. The strawberry ones are strawberry and grape are both very nice.
Yeah. Grape is really good, and that's the one people always buy as like the safe option.
Yeah.
And we get them at work a lot, and then people have to put a limit on how many Dane is allowed to have.
Have you seen the video? I think it was a professional, maybe baseball player or one of the professional sports athletes, and he had an Uncrustable, and then he took the crust off the Uncrustable. That was an uncrustable.
Uncrusty crustable.
It's like I can't have anything hard around the edge.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
At all. And I get that, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Jack will probably put something in the comments about that comment.
Well, he needs to put something in the comments about why he didn't answer.
Yeah, that too. He's probably asleep.
Whatever.
He's sleeping on us.
Just because it's almost midnight in Florida.
Michael picks up and Jack doesn't.
Yeah,
what in the world?
unreal.
He's going to call me tomorrow and be like, I'm so sorry. Like he called me this morning as soon as I declined his fantasy baseball trade where he was trying to trade me Kyle Schwarber. He wanted me to have Kyle Schwarber, and then he wanted my best pitcher, Hunter Brown. I'm like, I hit decline. Within 2 seconds, he called. He's like, hey. I'm like, I'm not giving you my best pitcher for a guy who's slumping hard when I still need top pitchers. I'm like, give me Ohtani and we'll speak.
He sent me Mason Miller for Schwarber. I was like, no.
Yeah, I don't hate.
Well,
I don't hate that one.
I'm not. Here's my point: is I'm not trading for somebody who's purely a DH unless they're crazy.
The DH is annoying because there's only one like utility flex spot, so then he has to go there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, he needs to be one of these other positions too, and DH or whatever. And I need more outfielders and starting pitchers is what I think I need.
If he would have outfield positioning, then that would help a lot.
Yeah, he doesn't really have that either.
Yeah.
But yeah, Schwarber. Yeah, if he had outfield positioning, I'd be like, we'll see.
Yeah.
Let's see him turn around a little. He's hit like 143 right now. So.
Yeah, what stinks is back in the day, I'm trying to think this through. Yeah, if they still had the National League without a DH, then he would have that outfield or first base positioning. Yeah. But now he's just DH nonstop, and while he does have a good pop, it's not as valuable to us.
I do like the universal DH now, though.
Yeah, I go back and forth. I do. Yeah. I still like seeing pitchers hit.
Yeah, for all the rules that have come into Major League Baseball now, I think most of them have been pretty positive and good.
I still hate the guy starting at second base in extra innings.
I
also don't love getting a striker ball called if you have a pitch clock violation.
That's dumb, yeah.
Yeah.
But there has to be some sort of penalty
in order
to speed it up, yeah.
You have a sniper just waiting, like, nope, Okay, get rid of
Or
them.
if you really want to do it, 2 violations, you get ejected.
That could be it too.
That could be an alternative. That way you don't penalize the pitcher or the at-bat.
I don't love, like, it's going to happen someday where it's going to be a big game and there's going to be a pitch clock violation. It's like, well,
they walk off because of that.
You won the World Series because you didn't pitch the ball quick enough.
Oh my God. There's no way they can end the World Series in that.
Still wish, like, I don't necessarily hate it for part of the game, but I think once you get to like one of the final innings, get rid of it. Like, just let you, or even the ninth, that's taken out off the board.
Yeah, you cannot.
Same thing
walk
with like
off
the
because
playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, get rid of the guy at second, starting extra innings.
They do.
Did they do that for the playoffs?
I don't know. I
You
think
said they do. I don't remember.
I think they do.
Maybe they did.
I can't say with 100% certainty.
I don't know.
They do. I don't know.
But yeah, this has been the Until Next Week podcast. Until Next Week shirts are still available, extra large and larges. If you want one, hit us up. Friday Pickleball, use the code the link in the bio to get $5 off your order of at least 2 paddles, or $10 off your order, I think, if you only buy like 1 Aura or Aura Pro paddle. Dane's Ministry support link is in the bio for just a few more weeks. And also, if you need to get locked out of your foam, get a Bloom card. Get 10% off with the code Samuel14434. Keep telling your friends if you enjoy the podcast. Leave us 5 stars and follow us on Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, where you can leave us a voice memo. And finally, thanks again for listening to episode 172 of the Until Next Week podcast.
Send us new shirt designs.